All right, today we're going to be talking about combining like terms. Okay, you may not remember exactly what that means, which is why we're going to review it, but this concept will help you with everything that comes with working, solving equations as you continue to do that into high school and everything. So, first, what do we mean by terms? Okay, well, math terms are kind of like words, like in a sentence. So when you look at this sentence here, how many words are in this sentence? So if you go and you count, you would probably say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and what helped you know when a word ends and a new one begins? Because that's the important thing, is how do you individualize or how do you know and properly count the amount of words or terms, if we want to call it that? And you'd probably say because of spaces or punctuation, right? That's how we know. So we can kind of take that same concept and apply it to math, except we don't just use spaces and we obviously don't use words. I like to say, us mathematicians, we use symbols and we like to shorten things and get to the point. So instead of using words and making it all nice and long and pretty, we try and keep it short. So we're going to take a look at how that looks, in math in a little bit, but overall, first let's just talk about what we mean by combining. So why would we want to combine things? Why would we want to, instead of having a bunch of terms like the 7 words in that sentence, why would we want to make it shorter or combine them? So to help us understand why we might do that, we're going to look at a real world situation, and we're going to see in a real world situation how the use of combining or grouping things can work in math too. So a family's getting dinner from McDonald's on their way home. When it's their turn to order, everyone took their turn saying what they wanted. So below is their order. So they get to the little speaker box and they just go ahead and start spouting out their order. Somebody wanted a burger, fries, somebody else wanted another fried burger, 2 drinks, a burger, then we got 2 things of chicken, maybe chicken nuggets, chicken strips. Got fries again. We got a salad, a cookie, so that the little kid eats. We can bribe them, with their dessert. You finish all your food, you get to have the cookie, fries, and a drink. So you'll notice that's not only long, but it's kind of all over the place, right? So if we take this order and we first think about how many terms or items are in this order, just to kind of make sure you know how to count them. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? There's 14 different terms or items that they ordered. Now, like I said, it was pretty long and they're kind of all over the place. So is there a more efficient way that they could have placed their order? Is there a maybe quote unquote better way that they could have said it so that things weren't all over the place? Maybe this way might have confused the cashier a little bit, or they were going from one page of options to type in the burger to another one for fries and then back to the burger and then drinks and then back to the burgers. And it just probably took a lot more effort than it needed to. So if they had decided their order before they got to the little speaker box, the microphone, they could have grouped things differently. Think about the situation when you go with your family or with your group of friends or whoever you go with most to a drive-through. Typically, the adult, the person driving, is like, what do you want? Before you even get up to the speaker box, right? And it's because they're trying to figure out a way to make the order a little bit more efficient, right? They want to gather everybody's information ahead of time so that they know what they're going to say and the best way to say it. So notice what I took here. If they went ahead and thought about that and they said their individual thing to the driver first, the driver could have said, okay, so that was 3 burgers, right? Say that first. The 4 fries, 3 drinks, 2 chicken nuggets, a salad, and a cookie. It's a lot more efficient that way. The person, the cashier, is only having to hit the burgers 3 times, then go to the new page for the fries, not having to go back and forth, back and forth. Now, even more so, they probably could have been a little bit more efficient instead of having to say it, burger, 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 fry, fry, fry. The dad or whoever was ordering could have just said, well, I need 3 cheeseburgers, 4 medium fries, 3 drinks, maybe 3 sweet teas, 2 orders of chicken nuggets, 1 salad, 1 cookie. Done, right? A lot more efficient. And so, what does that look like in math? How do we make our number sentences or our terms more efficient and shorter? So, first of all, in math, in order to know the difference or know how to count your terms, we use addition or subtraction to separate them. Remember at the beginning we were talking about in sentences, we use spaces. Well, in math, we actually have an addition or a subtraction, a negative sign, that will help us know when one term ends and a new one begins. So if you look at this example, how many terms are in this number sentence? Okay, I like to call them number sentences because it matches our concept of sentence. Yeah. Anyways, think I'm funny. So how many terms are there? So if you go and you think about this, you should say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because those things are what are separated by the minus or plus signs. And so notice, now that we have these circles, it shows you very clearly those are the 5 terms that we have. Now, what about combining them? Okay, what does that look like in math? So in math, we do that, again, just to make it shorter and easier to understand. Think about math problems when you see them, and it has so many different numbers, you're like automatically, oh my God, no, I don't want to do this. But if we have the idea and the concept that we can combine things and make it look a little bit easier, maybe it's not as scary to tackle. So if you look at this example, we have -3 plus 7x minus x plus 4. What can we combine? And what we do, excuse me, just like in the example before, is we group things that are the same. Burgers went with burgers, chicken went with chicken, fries went with fries, drinks went with drinks. So we're going to identify here what things can go together. For instance, notice the -3 and the +4, they don't have a variable. Those are just called constants. They're just plain old numbers that are in our number sentences. So those are like things. So it's kind of like burgers. They're the same kind of numbers. They have no variable attached. So we could combine those. Also, since the 7x and the -x, since those both have variables of the same variable x, we can combine those. So what we're going to be able to do is take this from a 4-term number sentence, and if you think about what we have circled here, these will be combined, and then these will be combined. So we're essentially going to half it. It's going to go from 4 terms to 2. And so notice when I take my -3 and I add 4 to it, if I owe somebody $3 and then I showed up today with 4, well, they're going to take the 3 that I owe them, right? Or hopefully I'm going to pay it to them. So I'm only going to have 1 left, those integer rules. Okay. If I have 7 x's and then this is understood to be an imaginary 1 here, right? And then I have 1 x taken away, we end up with those 6 x's. And that's how you combine like terms in math. So identify the ones that are the same and then combine them. So here's our next example. Notice this time we have numbers that have 2 different variables. Well, that's okay. We can combine x's with x's and the y's with y's. They can't be different things. We can't put the burger with the fries and then another burger with fries, or else it doesn't make sense still. You can only combine the like terms. Excuse me. They have to have the same variable or just be a constant. So our 2x can be combined with our -x, and our 5y can be combined with our -3y. So 2x's, if you take away an x, that's why we end up with just 1 positive x. And then if I have 5 y's and I take away, subtract 3 y's, I end up with 2. And so again, we took this from a 1, 2, 3, 4 term number sentence down to 2. These things are equivalent. Okay, that's why we have the equal sign. This is just a longer, more drawn out way of saying this. Okay, so just want to make sure we know that we're just making equivalent expressions when we combine these things. All right, let's take it this. We'll look at this one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms in this one. So I see some m's, numbers with variable of m, and I see n's, and I see a constant. So we're going to have a few different things here. We, of course, can combine our m's, because if I have 12 m's and I add 4 more, we can put those together. They're the same kind of thing. If I have 13 n's and take away 9, again, we can combine those. Those are the same type of terms. And then our constant's going to be just our constant. Unfortunately, that number has nobody to combine with, but that's okay. Sometimes that'll happen. So let's think about it. If we have 12 m's plus our 4 m's, that should give us 16m, right? 13 minus 9, well, that's 4n. Yeah, and then 37. Okay, perfect. So we got our 16m's, our 4n after we have that subtraction there, and then our 37 just stays on. Again, it's just a shorter, simpler way of writing it. Makes it look a little less scary. All right, so now it's going to be your turn to try some. So problem number 1, 19a plus 2b plus 11a minus b. Go ahead and see what you can combine and what your shortened expression answer would be. So we can take our 19 A's, add them with our 11 A's, those are the same kind of term, that's going to end up giving us 30 A's. And then we can take our 2B and take away 1B. So if you got 30A plus B, very good. Good job. Okay, again, those two positive sets of A's, you can add them up, and then we had 2 and we took away the 1. Number 2, 19x plus 12y minus 5x plus 13y plus 75. Okay, make sure you identify which ones are same, what you can combine with each other, and then what might just be left on its own. So 19x is minus 5x. That gives us 14x, I believe, right? And then we have 12y plus 13y. Well, that's going to be 25y. And our 75. So 14x plus 25y plus our 75. Awesome. Number 13, or 3, I don't know why I said 13, sorry. 15b plus 13c minus 12b plus 10c plus 8. Too long. Let's see what we can combine. So our 15b and our minus 12b we can combine. Our 13c's plus 10 more c's we can combine. And then that 8 is just going to hang out on its own. So 15 minus 12 gives us 3b. Then we got our 13 plus 10. That gives us 23 c's. And then just our 8. So we just went again from a 5-term number sentence to 3, shortening it up. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this review and this helped you remember how to combine like terms. We'll definitely be needing it, as we continue in our unit, and you'll need it next year. Have a great day.